Welcome to Cooking with Bobby Joe. Today we are going to be making another drool-worthy human treat. Bobby Joe says we really need to start making some dog treats though. She's getting tired of those milk bones. I think I will get her in the kitchen for dog treats next week. This is going to be honey mustard cast iron skillet meatloaf, and I love going through old cookbooks and old family recipes and coming across things like this. It is simple to make. Basically, it is a meatloaf baked in a cast iron skillet instead of a loaf pan. Start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to start by mixing together 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and a third a cup of milk. Then add in 1 cup of gluten-free breadcrumbs. You can also use regular breadcrumbs, but if you're using regular, you'll probably only need about 2/3 of a cup. Mix that together and set aside. Heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a cast iron skillet over medium heat. While that is heating, slice 1 small Vidalia onion. And if you don't like onions, just skip this step. Saute your onion until it's soft and it starts to brown a little. Takes about 10 minutes. Add in 2 cloves of garlic minced and cook that for about a minute and then remove from the heat. And once that cools down a little, you want to pour the onion and garlic into the breadcrumb mixture. Then add in 1 pound of ground beef and 8 ounces of sausage. And at this point, you want to remove all your rings from your fingers and make sure your hands are washed and use your hands to mix it all together. It's best to use ground beef with a low fat content, but unfortunately that is really expensive right now, so we're using the cheap stuff. With the cheap stuff, there will be more grease once it bakes, and that will need to be drained. The meatloaf will shrink a little because of all the grease that will be around the edges, but it'll still be delicious. Once everything is mixed up, pour it into the skillet, then press it down around the skillet. If you want it to be thicker, you can use a smaller skillet. I like mine to be thinner and crunchy around the edges. Oh yeah, I forgot to add salt and pepper, but it'll still have plenty of flavor. Then place your skillet on the center rack in your oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. And while that is baking, I make my honey mustard sauce. I use 4 tablespoons of mustard, 2 tablespoons of honey, and just mix it together. So once the meatloaf looks done, remove it from the oven. See the grease around the edges? So I'm going to drain the grease off. Now that the grease is drained, I'm going to spread my sauce over the top. And if you don't want honey mustard, you can use whatever type of sauce you prefer. It is really good with the honey mustard though. But I mean, you can use ketchup, you can use barbecue sauce, whatever kind of sauce you typically like on your meatloaf, just put it on there. Then you want to put it back in the oven on broil for 3 to 4 minutes. Keep an eye on it. You don't want it to burn. The top should look sticky. Remove it from the oven. Let it cool about 5 minutes before slicing. This stuff is so juicy and drool worthy, and I think it's even better the next day when it's reheated in the oven. The edges get even crunchier. This is my favorite type of meatloaf. That's all there is to it. It's really simple. Thanks for watching. Let's see what Steve has to say about it.
Smells good.
Maybe hot.
These are good. That sausage in it gives it a little bit extra flavor. But the honey mustard sauce is really, really good. I like that. Very good.